All right, so I recently did a video on Mr. Steven Seagal, and you guys seem to either love or hate Steven Seagal, okay? So what I did is, in this video, I want to take a look at old school Steven Seagal, when he was in his prime. How good was he, okay? And we're also gonna get commentary from Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan has, I think, a level of knowledge and understanding of fighting, okay? He commentaries for the UFC. I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan, and we're gonna take a look at what he has to say about Steven Seagal. Because, in my opinion, I think Steven Seagal, when he was young, he had some skills, you know? I think he had some talent, you know? Whether the style of Aikido works in a fight, I've never trained it, so I don't specifically know. I think the redirection of body and the redirection of other people's energy definitely can work. You know, if somebody's coming full speed at you a certain way and you're able to redirect their energy and redirect their motion, I don't see a problem with that. You know, I think that definitely can work. I think that anybody coming at you like that, you can definitely redirect it. Now, whether people are falling on purpose, making it a little easy with some of these martial artists, you'll see people are making it easy. I've always been a fan of practical fighting. When I trained, I was training a bit of MMA before MMA was MMA, okay? The style that I learned was a very rare style, and he worked for the police department, so he taught a little bit of everything to us. You know, we learned a little bit of judo. We learned a little bit of jiu-jitsu, you know, just basic stuff, you know, arm bars, chokes, things like that. Things if you got on the ground, you would want to know how to get somebody in. We trained a little bit of knife defense. You know, they would take a marker and they would literally have a marker and they would attack us and they would show you how many times you've got cut. Because on your white shirt, you would see, oh, there's a slice, there's a slice, there's a slice. Because in any type of knife fighting, you're gonna get cut. You know, just prepare for that, you know? You're better off just running away if you're in a knife defense. But if you're put in a position, at least you have an understanding of how to protect yourself, main arteries, things like that. We learned basics of kickboxing, boxing, front kicks, side kicks. A lot of the fancy stuff is just fancy stuff. It's just for the screen, okay? And it's just to look good. It's for tournaments. You're trying to look a little flashy. That shit doesn't work in a real fight. You know, it just doesn't. All right, so let's take a look at what Joe Rogan has to say.
Where does Steven Seagal fall in that line?
He is a legitimate Aikido black belt. In fact, he was an instructor, one of the very first Americans to teach at a dojo in Japan.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so Steven Seagal,
wow.
But the martial art is the questionable thing. It's the martial art of Aikido it's really a martial art that was created to disarm people with swords. The idea was that you lost your sword in combat and someone was coming at you with a sword. Last-ditch effort is you had to be able to use someone's momentum against them. You had to be able to use, some guy comes at you with a sword, you have to be very adept at catching their arm and flipping them over. Here's Seagal.
It's very subtle, right?
Let's not use this because it's easy to poke fun at him when he's old, but let's go to that black and white one. See that black and white one down there? Go to that. If you go back, see that one right there, Steven Seagal? Go to that one. Now, there's some footage of him when he was young. Yeah, this is it. Go full screen. He is legit. He is very legit. And he was thin. It was a different thing. But the thing is, nobody comes at you like this.
Yeah.
And a fucking NCAA wrestler would shoot a double on him and take him down faster than you can possibly imagine. I mean, this does not work.
It's a dance.
Well, it works. It works if someone doesn't know what they're doing, or if you have a lot of physical attributes. Like Seagal's a huge guy. He's a very big guy, and he probably could pull that off on a lot of people who don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
Now this is what it was about. What Aikido was really about. This is Kendo, though. They're using swords, which maybe they do use some of that in Aikido, but what Aikido was originally created for, I hope I'm not mistaken, was learning how to disarm, like that. The guy comes at him with a knife and he flips the guy and takes the knife away. He's using the guy's energy against him. That was the original intention of Aikido. But in terms of Japanese martial arts, Aikido was never thought of as the most effective. Judo is far more effective because Judo involves people grabbing people and flipping them and slamming them on the ground.
All right, so you tell me. Drop comments down below. Let me know what you think about Seagal. We're going to take a look at actual footage of him in his prime, like when he was at the top of his game. We're going to take a look at that. Take a look. All right, if you enjoyed that video, like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. If you want to see your boy in action, click right here. If you want to see another video like this, click right here. Subscribe. And if you just want to watch some TV or film, click on over here.